Well, it's a couple of days after the night before, and I am joined by still very beautiful, but bruised and slightly battered. I don't know if it's just your face, but whether you're fighting psyche as well. It's Ebony Bridges. Congratulations on an amazing fight on Saturday night, Ebony, but also on a brilliant promotion. I know you didn't win the world title, but how are you feeling?
I feel amazing. I mean, look, obviously having my hand raised and having that belt with me would have been the cherry on top of everything. But I'm just glad that the goals that I set, obviously besides the world title, but the bigger goals that I set were achieved, such as showing, coming to the UK and fighting in the UK. I'm getting more eyes on women's boxing, which was my goal from the start of the fight week in the bubble, and showing everyone that I'm not more than just a lingerie model and that I actually can fight and I do fight and I fight harder than, most men, like, a lot of men. So I think I proved all of that and I think that for me is a win. So, the fight with Shannon was a great fight. It's been labelled as one of the best female fights ever seen. We both have good skill, both have very different styles. And I think it just showed a lot of everything, that fight. So, a lot of all different kinds of skills. And that's really what I wanted to show. And I wanted people to tune in because I knew that how I fought and I knew that it would be a great fight. And from what I hear, a lot of people did tune in and it sounds like, everyone was very happy. A little bit upset with scorecards, but, that's boxing.
Yeah, I mean, I had her winning the last two rounds, but you guys even up to the end of the eighth round, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I think for me, I always come hard and strong at the end. Like, and you can tell, like, I have that kind of fight spirit, that heart that I always do push hard in those last few rounds. But obviously, with a headbutt to my face, which then obviously a few more right hands kept swelling and swelling. By that, ninth and 10th round, I literally could not see out of it. You're going to hear me in the corner say, I can't see, but I would never quit. But yeah, I think that had a lot to do with the outcome of those last two rounds. You can't see the punches coming. It does make it quite hard to defend. But up until that point, I felt like my defense was really good. I actually thought that it was not getting enough credit. A lot of my parries and catches and slipping and stuff. But, that's just how it is.
It was a thrilling spectacle. It really was. And I thought, obviously, both of you, but you did a tremendous job of elevating the contest last week. As you say, you mentioned lingerie model. That's part of the fun with you as well, though, that you're putting yourself out there as well. I've never seen Eddie Hearn looking like a waxwork at a weigh-in. He didn't move his body or his eyes. But what's the response if people like...
Sorry.
Okay, well, what's the response like when you go out these few days looking like that? Do people ask you if you're a fighter?
Nah, no one's asked me. People are looking at me and because I was walking around my coach, they're probably thinking like that he beat me up or something like that. But yeah, people just stare at me. It's gone down a lot now, but it was quite like large here. Like, it's very bruised, but my eye was like large and I couldn't at all open my eye, but now I can open my eye. So yeah, it was pretty deformed, like the actual face with the swelling last few days. But they just look and then they say anything. I don't know, probably like, what's up with this girl's face? Like, who knows what they think? But yeah.
I'm teasing Eddie Hearn there, of course, about the weigh-in, but I understand you've spoken to him today.
Yeah.
And are you a multi-fight deal with Matchroom now? Are you getting back into world title contention soon? What's happening?
Yeah, definitely. Look, I want to come back and have another fight as soon as I can. So I'm, depending on my eyes, how long that heals. As soon as that heals, then, we'll get into a camp for a fight. He wants to fight Rachel and Shannon, obviously, because Rachel was always going to fight the winner of that match. So I'd probably look at having a fight around this similar time, just to get me back in there, an 8 to 10 rounder. And then go on from there. And definitely, it hasn't bring my stocks down. Like, Shannon can have the loss and then fight for a world title in after one win. So I'm sure that I'll be back up there fighting one of them again. Everyone wants to see the rematch between me and Shannon because it was such a close fight. And realistically, the the headbutt and this swelling in his eye really had a lot to do with those last 2 rounds, which were the most clear rounds that she won, you know. So, you know, not only am I calling for the rematch, but the fans and everyone is calling for a rematch for that fight. So, you know, the build up to that's going to be good. And like we know, most trilogies, especially with men's, you know, they always are very, you know, most of them are exciting. So it's just another story. And as you know, with me, I like that narrative and I like the story and I like to build things. So, yeah, and I think even like, you know, a fight with me and Rachel is going to be good because that was always the original fight. So there's many options for me at that level. I'm definitely not being dismissed. Like, let's be honest, you know, like my fight got more views than than any other female fight.
And are you happy about that, Ebony? That
yeah,
you may have lost, but your stock's really risen. Clearly.
Yeah, definitely. You know, my goal going into fight week and that whole fight, like I was like, I'm going to use this experience. I'm going to bring eyes on the sport. I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. And I'm going to get the views. And, you know, I got criticized by Shannon. And I got criticized by a lot of people saying, you know, oh, she's selling it the wrong way. You know, you shouldn't be, you know, being a lingerie and stuff. And that was only one day. You know, there was like a whole bubble. Like I was like in the back, you know, the behind the scenes bubble stuff. I was like the main people that were filming the whole time. Like my banter and just the way I am and who I am. That's what was getting the views. You know what I mean? My entry to the bubble got, you know, broke record views. So, like,
Eddie Hearn talked about that. Did Eddie Hearn talk to you about views? Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so my entry to the bubble got more views than AJ's entry to the bubble. You know what I mean? My weigh-ins broke the freaking internet. You know, and my fight got more views than any other female fighter. You know, more than Katie Taylor, more than all of them. And you know what? It wasn't just from boxing fans. Because that's what Shannon was saying. You want the right views. You want from the right people. No, I don't. I want to make new boxing fans. Because if we just stick to the same fans that watch female boxing, there's not many. What we need is new fans, bigger fans, people that aren't used to watching female fights so they can watch us and see how we fight. And then we make new fans. And I guarantee, because I got so many inboxes saying I was the first female fight they've ever watched. And they are now big fans. And that was my plan because I know how I fight. It didn't matter how Shannon fought because I was still going to fight my fight. And I know my style is very friendly and a very exciting style no matter win or lose. Like you said, like a bit like a Chura Gatti, who's one of my favorites. Like you're going to tune in, you're going to watch. And I knew that. And that's why I pushed it. And that's why I was so confident and why I wanted so many eyes. You know, Eddie said to me, you know, after the fight, you know, we had so many views for that fight all around the world. Not just the UK, we had America, we had Mexico, we had Argentina, we had Europe. And, you know, let's be honest, not that many Americans really tune in to watch British boxing. Like, it's not a big market for them. You know, Americans like to just think of themselves, you know, but British boxing is not super popular over there. But the fact that they were tuning in, you know what I mean, to my fight, maybe because I was in lingerie, maybe because I'm hot, maybe because I banter and swear, who knows? But the point is they tuned in and that was my plan and it went to plan. And I fought how I want to fight.
Can I just say something? But also, I've known you a while now. You're also just being yourself as well.
Yeah.
One of the reasons, and no one should ever deny anyone being themselves. Some boxers are really quiet. Terry Flanagan, for example, from Manchester, never really liked to talk very much before a fight. A lot of fighters, but you're just being yourself. It's not an act. And also, one of the things that I was pointing out, I pointed this out on Talk Sport yesterday on my show with Adi Odelipo, is that you're very confident, not just with your body as a warrior athlete, but because you were a bodybuilder before, you're very confident about just showing your body anyway. Yeah, because that's what you used to do.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's nothing like to be in tiny little smalls and a tiny little top, because that's what you've always done.
Yeah, the stuff that I used to, you know, flexing on stage and bodybuilding was a lot skimpier, you know what I mean? And I'm just confident in who I am. I don't put on an act. I don't have a script, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like Shannon was like trying to read from a script. Like, I'm so passionate about what I have a purpose, and my purpose is to push that you can be you can be real, and you can not be judgmental. Just let people do what they want to do. Because it starts with us. The less people that are judging on what other people are doing, but that are themselves, the more people are going to be comfortable being themselves. We're in such a fake world, and you know, like with social media, everyone's trying to be someone they're not, you know, and it's because they're so scared of being judged. And I got judged a shitload. I got judged so much.
You can swear on my YouTube. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. I got judged so much, man. Like I got judged so much because, you know, she's just tits, or she just lingerie, she can't fight, she's just a model. Oh, she's just a bimbo, this and that. Like she just wants attention. She's just, you know, sexualizing things. And I'm like, no, I'm just being feminine. I'm being myself. And I'm not letting any of you guys try and tell me how I should be as a female boxer, because that's what they were trying to do, as well as Shannon, trying to tell me that I need to be a certain way, like Katie Taylor, like Tasha Jonas, like all these people before us, to be respected. Why do we have to be like them when I'm not them? Why do I have to be like Katie Taylor? I'm not Katie Taylor. Why do I have to be like, you know, these people that aren't me just to be respected? No, I'm going to be respected for me. I'm going to do me. I'm going to wait in lingerie. I'm going to have a laugh. I'm going to swear. I'm going to joke around. And I'm going to be controversial because that's just how I am. And you're going to fucking respect me for that, because when I fight, you're going to see that I'm a real fighter. And I understand, and I said it in the lead up, I understand you guys haven't seen me fight yet. So you don't really have much to judge, but I'm going to show you on Saturday night the reason I'm so confident the way I am and the way I don't back down, because I know that once it comes to that ring, I can prove that I'm a real fighter. And I proved that, man, men quit for less than this. You've seen men, you know, stop fights for a lot less than this. The eye closes a little bit and they pull out. You know what I mean? Like this, you know, I'm a girl, you know, and I wait in lingerie and I'm feminine and I'm not your typical female fighter, but I fight as hard as anyone and harder than anyone you'll meet. And that's just how I am. And I'm glad
I agree with you. No one can deny that. Yeah.
Like I didn't even know Shannon could have fought with one eye. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, who knows? But I proved that I could. And again, like I said, although I didn't get my hand raised, I think I did gain a lot of respect. And people want to see me fight. People are talking about me. They're not even talking about Shannon, who won the world title. They're still talking about the blonde bomber, because that's just how it is. You know what I mean?
Tell me, is there genuine respect between you both? I know there was, really, and there was a lot was made of the things on the surface, but is there deep respect with each other now?
I think definitely now. Before the fight, no, there wasn't. You know, but after the fight, first thing she said to me, she didn't want to tap my hand straight away. I actually went up to her corner and came over to give them a hug and say thanks. And they said, yeah, go to her corner. I'm like, thanks, teach her some respect. You know what I mean? Because she talks about respect, but she won't give it. But then, yeah, she ended up coming over to me in the corner and she was like, wow, I really underestimated you. You know what I mean? Because she did, and the whole team did. Everyone did. And that's because they judged me on my looks and they judged me on my personality. And because I'm so bubbly and fun, I don't need to walk around like a fucking hard ass into my fight. I don't need to go into the ring like all Tysonized. I'm not Mike Tyson, you know? Like, I'm fun. I like to have fun. When it comes to that ring and throwing punches, that's when I get serious, you know, and I proved that. After the fight, I definitely gave her more respect. You know, I think I underestimated her a little bit as well, you know, and she's a great fighter, you know. I knew she was a good fighter, but she's awkward, man. Like you know.
You learned from her loss against Rachel Ball. I think that's where she improved. In fact,
yeah,
you know, I mean, she was very reckless in that fight, and it cost her.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, I was still tagging her heaps. She even said, I watched the video after the fourth round, you know, she went back to her corner and she goes, her defense is too tight. Because I do have a very tight defense, you know, tight guard. I parry, I block, I catch everything. You know what I mean? It's very hard to get through. There wasn't very many clean punches getting through. So that's why the commentary, I was just like, what are you watching? You know, like even she knew she wasn't landing. But look, I think she said that it was a lot harder to hit me than what she expected. And me as well, I thought she was going to be a lot easier to hit because her hands are low, but just the way she wriggles around and she's got those very big movements, it's quite awkward. You know what I mean?
Let me just ask you, Ebony, just to are you going to stay in the UK and stay in camp now here? Because you're going to have a fight within like 8 weeks or 9 weeks. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm going to stay here just for like 2 weeks. And then I'm going to fly back to Philadelphia and finish camp there and do my camp in Philly.
And you can come back easily enough with your athlete exemptions and all.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going back to Australia because it's too much of a mission. when I go back to Australia, it cost me. I've already had to send my coach back. Cost me $3,000 just for him to stay in a hotel room for 2 weeks. Plus, when I get home, $3,000. Well, I go home for stay in quarantine for 2 weeks and I have to come back to Philly. You know what I mean? It's just I have to make that sacrifice. Like I've got, my boyfriend at home. Like, I miss him dearly, and it is hard, but I haven't come this far to let someone or let that little thing stop me. Like we have enough. We've been together for like 9 years. We know each other enough, and he supports me enough to know that I just got to do what I got to do. And in the end, if people don't want to support me, that are around me for me chasing my goals, I'm a selfish person.
And it's a short career. It's a short window, isn't it? Let me just a couple of other little things. So we can expect you out in 8, 9, 10 weeks time, back here
June,
again.
Yeah, I'd say June, July.
Okay.
Hopefully June. I'd rather earlier. Just depends on the face. I can't train at the moment just because of the swelling.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I keep the icing up, it should be gone down by like another week or two. And then as soon as it's gone down, I'm back in camp,
The other thing, finally, is there a revolution going on in women's boxing? And are you pushing for more parity with pay?
Oh, definitely. I think I just proved that I have the commercial value of men, if not more, than a lot of men. And Eddie Hearn goes on about commercial value, and the reason women don't get paid much is because of commercial value. I fucking stole the show from Conor Benn. I did. My entry got more views than AJ. My weigh-ins broke the freaking internet. If he wants to talk about commercial value, I have more commercial value than most of the men. And I'll continue to have that because of my fight style, and people are excited to see me in all of me. You know what I mean? So,
let's have some lingerie. We don't want to see all of you.
No,
a little bit of lingerie over it.
My stocks just went. My stocks just went up. I may have lost.
Agree.
But commercial value, I have more value than all the women in his stable. And I'm sorry, and that's no offense to those girls, but we're talking about commercial value and people wanting to see me fight and tuning in. I had people that are saying they don't even tune in on Katie Taylor, but they tuned in on me. There's no offense to Katie, but I'm just saying this is me. You know what I mean? And you can love it or you can hate it, and I don't really care. But all I know is that you're gonna come and watch, and you're gonna see warrior spirit. You're gonna see lingerie. You're gonna see banter. You're gonna see fun. You're gonna see everything because I'm everything. And you'll see me be classy, just like I am at the press conference, because there's more to me than just my lingerie. There's more to me than just being a boxer. I'm a very intelligent, sophisticated woman, and there's a reason that I am here where I am, and I'm able to do what I do, and it's because I have brains.
You clearly do. You have brains, you have beauty, you have boxing. Listen, it's always great to speak to you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. I appreciate yours.
Heal well, swell down, and we'll see you at the next encounter.
Yes, I will. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Gareth.
Cheers, Ebony.
Say bye.